Back in the early 1980s, there came a point in my life, in my martial arts journey, that I found a calling, so to speak. And I found it a system of martial arts, albeit early in its development. My mind was open. And with instruction in Japanese jiu-jitsu early on, and with Korean martial arts instruction, with judo, and with boxing, and kung fu. At the time, I was young, relatively, still developing, and even the military, just beginning out in the military, I should say. Those things began to fashion what now is known as Jinin Do. I actually did not name it until the 90s. It is a system, not a style. It is a system of martial arts. Martial means war. War arts. It is a system of martial arts that is comprised of those concepts and principles that are derived from the things that I've studied and trained in. For now, well over 53 years. I am privileged to say that I have been privy to have studied and trained in numerous arts. One of my great grandmasters told me before, he said it's hard just learning one art. It takes a lifetime. I took that to heart when he made that statement. And there was a note that I left in the back of my head about that. What did he really mean it takes a lifetime to learn just one art? No respect taken away from him. But as time progressed, I understood. So, not to hold your time, I just want to say this. There are manifold styles, if you will, systems of martial arts in existence today. Chinese styles and systems, kung fu, gung fu, if you will, and tai chi, which is not usually associated with kung fu per se. And then you have your karate, which is Okinawan, Japanese. And then you have your Korean martial arts, which is not associated with karate because they don't like using that term because it's more indicative of a Japanese art. They'd rather just call it what it is: Taekwondo, Kuksowan, Harangdo, and so forth. Hapkido and that. And then you have Muay Thai, which is from Thailand, and the various other arts. And it's a bunch of them. So, when my great grandmaster, one of them, said uh, he respected the fact that I was studying numerous systems and or principles as well. It takes a lifetime to learn just one. He was speaking from the standpoint of a traditionalist in the true sense, meaning that you are learning history of martial arts, that particular style, if you will, and you're also learning its customs, traditions, and its forms. Kata, hung, pumps, or forms, or techniques, some call them. So, through my journey and my thinking and my analytical study, if you will, I began to dissect things and I continue to learn. I'm still a student, not only of the martial arts, but of life. Still a student and shall remain a student of life and even the martial arts until the day I die. But I've learned that I have to take away the things that are unessential and only keep those things that are practical and necessary. In other words, I don't want to keep alive things that don't benefit me and my future generation of students and my legacy. You see, I'm not Japanese, so I'm not trying to keep a Japanese system alive if that's not me. And I'm not Korean, and I'm not trying to keep a Japanese or a Korean system alive. And I'm not trying to keep a Chinese system alive, excuse me for the redundancy. I am an American. I am a human being. So, instead, my journey is this. I do what is practical for me and what works for me, and I open my door to students that have certain needs as it relates to martial arts, and I teach them accordingly. So, my system of Jinin Do is a Japanese term. Jinin means very natural, and Do means way, very natural way. And what that means, those things that are natural for you, that is what you do. Not what is natural and works for someone else. Does that make sense to you? What's natural for you? Jinin Do, very natural way. Also, that which is in line with nature, natural. Practical applications of martial arts. That which works in a practical sense in an everyday, ordinary confrontation in the street, in the real world in which we all live. Always adapting to the environment and or the circumstance that you are confronted with. I think this is great wisdom that I'm giving you right now. So, I'm not trying to keep a Korean system alive, a Japanese system alive, a Chinese system alive, or style, if you will, or any other style that some other man created. Instead, what I have done throughout my lifetime and my journey is I have taken all of those things from those great teachers, those great masters and grandmasters, those principles and those concepts of things that I have studied, and I have synthesized them. I have put them together and something that benefits me and my future generations in my system. And it is not Japanese, it is not Korean, it's not Chinese, and it's not any other ethnic system or style. It is open, it has a foundation, and that foundation is constantly being built upon as the world changes. Jinen Do. Now, I hope and I pray that those of you who are martial arts practitioners, who study martial science from beginner to advanced to black belt to master to grandmaster and so forth, can comprehend these teachings that I'm giving you right now. So, as I've said in one of my old writings, there's nothing new that any of us can ever create, even though I have created the system of Jinen Do. But there's nothing ideally that we can create that's brand new. What I have done was taken what already is, and I have added my spirit to it. Do you comprehend what I'm saying to you? I am Jinen Do. Any student that is privileged to come to me, I'm not teaching you one specific thing. I'm teaching you how to flow naturally, according to nature. Even though there are some things that are aesthetically beautiful, but there is an underlying tone there. There's a practical and foundational truth and principle there that supersedes everything that looks beautiful. My name is Grandmaster Reginald Stroud, and my system is the art of Jinen Do, and I am Jinen Do. Be blessed, you and yours. Much love, and so long.